What is going on, YouTube? Welcome to the Living Freed channel. My name is Tyler Freed, and today I am about to hit Mobile, Alabama. I got a load from Dallas, Texas, headed over to Valdosta, Georgia, and I picked up that load yesterday. Today is a Thursday. I will be delivering it Friday morning sometime, and by the time you see this video, it will actually be Friday, and this load will probably be delivered already. But just thought I'd give you a little bit of an update. And if you're new to the channel, like I said, I'm Tyler Freed. This is the Living Freed channel. If you like the video, please like the video, subscribe to the channel at the end, and please stay till the end to watch the full video. But please like, share, subscribe, whatever. And let me get right into the subject of today. And what am I thinking about today? What's on the agenda? What's on my mind? Well, what's on my mind is, you know, with all of the things that are going on right now, the economic uncertainty, I would like to discuss, like, what I think the average everyday person can actually do about that. You know, I would like to discuss what can we do about the economic uncertainty. And the answer is there's not a whole lot we can do in terms of, you know, political policies, right? There's not a lot we can do about that. The only thing you can really do to control that is to vote. And whether you're right, left, center, doesn't really matter. That's about the only power that we wield or yield, and that is to vote. And other than that, we don't have much power. Honestly, we do not make the policies in this country. And yes, while the things that are happening right now are the effect of the policies that have been implemented in the last year and a half, I'd say about a year and a half, 2 years, those policies have had a huge negative impact on the global economy. And a lot of people are struggling. And, you know, there's a lot of inflation, things like that. People really are struggling. Average, everyday people are struggling, right? And there's no doubt about that. But I'm here to say that, you know, although people are struggling, and a lot of it is to do with, you know, things that are out of their control, policies that get passed that are out of their control, I, however, do believe that the majority of people's problems, personally I believe this, are self-inflicted. I really believe that. And you could get mad at me and leave a nasty comment or whatever. I don't really care, because I truly believe that, you know, you can succeed under any political party's regime, right? We've had Republican, we've had Democrat, back and forth for, you know, centuries, a couple centuries now. We've had it back and forth, right? And people have been successful under all administrations, and they have been failures under all administrations, okay? So, you know, like I said, yes, policy change does affect us. Policy change does put restrictions on us, and we have to work our way around that. And yes, it is a headache, and I agree. I'm not saying outside forces don't play a part. But for the most part, for most people, nothing is stopping you, or nothing is stopping me from going out, getting educated, learning how to work, learning how to, you know, be successful in a career, in a business, and take my money and invest it and be independent. Nothing is stopping anybody from doing that. Still, even today, even under the current administration that we're under right now, nothing is stopping you from going out and succeeding. That's just a fact. You know, if you want to argue that, then go argue with yourself, because this is the wrong channel for you anyway. This channel's about self-improvement. And it's hard to improve yourself when you are dependent on other people to take care of your basic needs, to meet your basic needs. It's impossible, actually, to live a free life if you are dependent on other people for survival. It's impossible. And as bad as things are right now, we still have more opportunity in this country than any other country in the world. That's a fact. That's a fact. If you don't believe it, ask people that are from other countries what the economic opportunities are like over there, right? So, that being said, what can you do about the current uncertainty in the economic climate? What can you do? Well, you first need to understand that you yield the power to change your life. Nobody is going to change your life for you. You are going to have to want to do better. You are going to have to want to get educated. You are going to have to want to get up and go to work and work on something that's meaningful, that's productive, that's valuable in the marketplace, and, you know, develop skills and things like that. That's what you can do to better provide for yourself and better provide for your family, right? It's going to be up to you. It's going to be up to me to do that for my kid and my wife. It's not going to be up to the president that's currently in office or the last president that we had. You know, whether you liked the president we have now or the one before, they can't make you successful. They can pass laws and change policies that help or hurt you, but at the end of the day, you have to do something about your life, no matter who is put into office. Doesn't matter. No matter which policy is changed. Okay? And could we have an end of the world scenario, an economic collapse? I don't know. I don't think any of us truly know whether or not that could happen. Is it possible? Absolutely. Any economy could collapse. But if that happens, we're going to have a whole lot bigger issues than we're having right now. Even though things may be, it's a rocky ride, that's for sure, what's going on right now. However, it doesn't mean it's something we can't fix, we can't turn around, right? But at the end of the day, still, think about this. At the end of the day, you, me, us, average, everyday Americans, I don't care whether you're Republican, Democrat, Independent, Libertarian, doesn't matter to me. At the end of the day, we have to take control of our lives and quit relying on the government, quit relying on these liars in politics and in the media, you know, to take care of us. They're not going to take care of you. They're not going to take care of me. So, what can I do? Just ignore them, really. Because all they do, no matter which side you're on, all they do is tell you what you want to hear anyway, and then do the exact opposite thing that they told you that they were going to do. Why do they do that? Because, you know, they're not going to change laws that affect them, that affect their wallet. They're not going to change that, right? They're not going to tax the rich and punish the rich. Why? Because the rich fund their campaigns. So they're not going to do that. They just say that to get votes. That's all they do. And then they turn around and don't do what they told you they were going to do. That's just a fact, right? I mean, it's really not that hard to figure out. This is what they've been doing for years now. It's not a new thing. It just seems really, 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 you know, bad right now because everything gets, you know, blown out of proportion because we live in the day and age of social media now. And social media, you know, amplifies everything, right? When something happens, you know, it goes around the world in a split second. I mean, it blows up. Stories blow up, and millions of people see it in minutes, right? As it's happening or right after it's happened, right? Because you post it on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or YouTube, and bam, if it goes viral, it goes viral. Nothing you can do to stop it, right? So information travels way faster than it ever has, and politics are polarized more than ever in history, right? And so people put way more emotion, way more energy into politics than ever before. But the same games at the political level are still being played, right? If you think that politicians actually run our country, then you're absolutely wrong. I mean, you're really naive because politicians do not run this country. Okay? It's the big banks, the central banks, the major mega corporations, and then it's the government. Okay, so there's a hierarchy of people who run the world. The people who control the money and industry, they run the world, not the politicians. They don't run the world. See, it's who pays the politicians, not us. We don't pay them. Their donors pay them, right? Their donors pay them. So that's who runs your country. That's who's getting these laws pushed through Congress. Okay? Or the lobbying groups. That's who's doing it. It's common sense. Follow the money. Basically, long story short, follow the money. Okay? So think about it. That, yeah, some of these politicians are talking about communism and tax the rich, and they are the rich. The politicians that are screaming tax the rich are the rich. They're rich. They're multi-millionaires. And they're not just worth 2-3 million. Some of these people are worth, 400 million, 500 million, 600 million. I mean, some of them are billionaires. Yeah, right. They don't want to tax the rich. They don't want to do that. They just want your vote. That's all. They just want to stay in power. And they're going to tell you whatever you want to hear to get your vote and stay in power. That simple. So, long story short, what does that mean? What am I saying? Where am I going with this? I'm going to the same point I made earlier, which is ignore all the noise. If you're somebody who, is stuck, feels stuck, doesn't really have a motive to change their life, doesn't really see a future worth living for. I've been there, believe me, I've been there many times. And I have been there where I put my hope and my future into someone else making that change for me rather than myself making the change. And let me tell you, you will live a miserable life if you wait for a politician to change your life. You will be living a miserable life if you wait for anybody, your boss, to change your life, right? I used to have that mentality, I'm going to wait for that raise. I'm going to wait for that promotion. That's what I was doing before I got into the trucking business. And the truth is, I had to learn this at a very young age, that your boss, it's not their responsibility to pay. They're only going to pay you what you're worth, period. They're going to pay you what the market value of whatever position you're in is willing to pay you. That's what they're going to pay you, and that's all they should have to pay you, right? If you want to make more money, you have to skill up. You have to educate yourself. You have to become more valuable to the marketplace, right? And once I really realized that, hey, it's not up to my boss to give me a raise. It's up to me to give me a raise. It's up to me to add value to the marketplace and if I want to make more money, that's what I have to do, right? So it's all in my control, and I think that's a good thing. That's why I love free market capitalism, because it allows you to excel, and there's no cap on what you can do with your income, with your net worth, with anything. There's no cap on how far you can go if you're willing to sacrifice and you're willing to go out there, educate yourself, and bust your tail, right? There's no cap on that. But if you mentally set limitations on what you can do, right? You tell yourself the system's rigged, or my boss won't give me a raise, I'll never get a raise, I'll never get that promotion, blah, 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 right? Dealing with politics and things like that. And that's very real. I know it is. However, okay, you have the option to do something else. You have the option to, if you're not happy, you have the option to go out and do something else and prove yourself. That's what I did. The last job I had, I wanted to do more than what I was doing. I wanted a promotion. I wanted to make more money. I wanted to excel, right? So it wasn't working where I was at. It wasn't working as fast as I wanted it to. So what did I do? I didn't blame my boss anymore. I didn't blame them. I blamed myself. I said, hey man, you've got to skill up then. Maybe you don't have enough skills. Maybe you need to educate yourself more. Maybe you need to quit wasting time on weekends, watching Netflix and drinking beers. Maybe you need to work. Maybe you need to learn something, take some classes. So that's what I did. I started dedicating myself to success and not wasting my time. That's what I did. And that's what you have to do. That's what I have to do. That's what we all have to do if we want to live better lives. If we want to create a great future for ourselves and our families, we're going to have to sacrifice. We are going to have to put in the work, the time, energy, effort, and all those things to create a better life for ourselves. That's just a fact. Okay? And if you want to be comfortable and live that YOLO lifestyle, it's not going to work. I've tried it before. I tried to just get by. It doesn't work. If you want success, you have to work all the time, and you have to educate yourself, and you have to commit to being successful. That has to be more important to you than comfort. And I'm talking to myself too, not just saying. I'm talking to whoever's watching this video, and I'm talking to myself. Right? And at the end of the day, like I said at the beginning of this video, there is nobody that's going to change your future but you. If you like the video, again, like the video, subscribe to the channel. But again, let me finish up here. Nobody is going to change your situation but you. Period. Nobody's going to change that. You got to quit putting your future in somebody else's hands, right? In somebody else's decisions. You're giving your power away. Think independently. Think, hey, if my boss fires me, well, I'm going to go start a business. I'm going to go find a better job. Instead of, oh my gosh, if I lose my job, I don't know what to do, right? Well, yeah, that's a scary thing. That's a scary thing, absolutely. But we live in a country where there's economic opportunity everywhere. And you do not need a college degree to go find that opportunity. You don't need to go spend 4 years in school. Or maybe you do. Maybe you do want to do a career change and you have to go that route. But nothing, at the end of the day, nothing is stopping you from doing something to better your situation. If somebody like me can do it, anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. So, that's all I'm going to say. That's all I wanted to say. It's a bright, sunny day. Really beautiful. I love this drive. I love northern Florida, and I'm about to get into it. But until next time, have a great day. Thank you for watching this video, and God bless. Peace out.